In this exercise, we're going to talk about the drawing border format. So we can go through and we can actually create our own custom borders. The borders are stored under Drawing Resources, Borders. I can come up here and I could say define new border or new zone border. I'm going to do the zone border first. What this allows me to do is say, okay, I need 8 zones this way, 6 zones this way. This is going to be numeric, being 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be alphabetic, ABC. I can even come in here and adjust text styles, how big I want it to be, what kind of margins do I want it to be. You know, maybe I want my margin top and bottom to be 625. 75 is fine for my left and right. Hit OK. I'll come in here and it'll actually ask me, do I want to change anything? Say finish. Andy. And you'll notice I didn't get that border. It's because the default border is in my drawing. So I delete that and insert that in. The Andy border is adjustable. So if I delete it and insert it in, if I go to insert it in and it's a really big drawing, I can change this out where it's going to be 8 by 8. So now you can see you get that in there. If you need to go even further customized, you right click up here on borders, find new border, and you can actually manually draw out a border. You can add hatches, you can add anything you want. I'm way too lazy to do that. So what I'll do sometimes if I need that is I'll come in here and I'll set up a zone border, 6 by 8, hit OK. And you can see there, it'll come in here and let me change how I want it to be. You know, maybe I don't want the little arrow in there in my zone border on this particular one. I just want it to have the tick marks. So you can actually delete. You can see all of my dimensions on here it gives me. So it gives me all of these options. Say finish. Andy 2. So now if I insert in Andy 2, I don't have the arrows. So I have a nice clean border. You will notice that it had a different margin and my title block actually still snaps to the border. So it was smart enough to understand that the borders change size and it will snap to where it is. If I go and I want to insert in this new one, it's going to say, hey, there's already one in there. You have to delete it out. So I can delete out the Andy or Andy 2 and insert in the Andy. You can see there, margin tweaked again. So the borders are very simple. I like Inventor's border. I don't have a problem with it. But if you do have a company specific border you want to create, you can do anything you want. The sky is the limit on this thing. You can go through. If you wanted to come in here and edit this. I've seen some companies that would have something like this. Every other line. And then they'd go in and they'd hatch or fill that region. I just want to do a solid. So now whenever I insert in the Andy, I could have open, solid, open, solid, open, you know, all the way around like a checkerboard if you want. You could even go in there and cut out around the text. You can do inverted text. You know, you can do a lot of different things with these. Get creative with it. And remember that the border is only the border. This isn't talking about your title block. This is only the outside edges of it. And then the next exercise, we're going to go in and talk about creating our own title block.